What's up, everyone? B.O.B. here, back with another episode from the JSP SMP realm. I hope you enjoyed that little dragon fight intro over the weekend. A couple of the guys got together. We decided to open up another portal to the outer end. We only have 2 open at the time, so there's quite a few more we could still open up and explore a lot more of that outer end, which we need to, because we seem to be running out of elytra very fast on the server. Yeah, Squiddy did all the work in the dragon fight. I mean, Geo got blown up a couple times, or blown up then killed by an enderman, and then I actually had a totem pop by an enderman. You would have saw that in the clip. I took out most of the crystals. Squiddy did all the damage to the dragon. It was dead before I even had the crystals all taken out, but hey, that's okay with me. Now, if you remember in the last episode, we were working on moss in the terrain here, and if you have a look, I brought it all the way around the edge of my little compound here, and all the way back up here to the bee farm. And then it stops right here, which I gotta still lay out paths and stuff in this area. I gotta lay a path over to the bamboo farm, and then I'm gonna lay paths all up in there. I'll worry about that at another time, because I promised you guys something more technical today, and something more technical we shall do. So we're here in my redstone testing world, and if you've ever wanted a visual representation of what the inside of my brain looks like, this place is pretty close. But we are here for a very specific reason. See, my project today is I would like to develop a map art district on our realm. Now, I don't want to lay out all these blocks by hand. That's just too tedious. I can build machines to do this for me. However, I've never actually built this machine before. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I came to my redstone testing world to develop the machine, and I thought maybe I could walk you through a little bit of my development process so you can see how I come up with these sorts of contraptions. Okay, now when you want a flying machine to function in a specific manner, be it drop TNT or in this case, I'm going to have it spreading lava, you want to start with that as your core for your machine. So all I really need here is I got a dispenser down below, observer feeding into this honey block. So whenever I power this piston, it'll push that forward, and it starts to spread the lava. Now, I need to give this lava enough time to spread all the way out, and then I need to send a signal to this observer without moving this section of the machine. So I think I'm going to do that by pushing a block in front of its face, and so it'll pick that lava back up. And, well, if we have a machine in tow behind it that'll move forward, then we can push it again. It'll dispense the lava again. So what I need to do is figure out a way to build an array of these to work either in a sequence or together. Timing is important. Well, as you can see, this failed design over here, I got a lot of extra segments. This is to add delay to the machines. But I think where I went wrong with this one is I'm trying to build it long ways, and I should build it wide, I believe. Let me work with a few ideas, and I'll catch you up to speed when I come up with something. See, now what I have here is the beginnings of a design which I believe is going to work, and it looks like it makes no sense at all, but that's because it isn't a complete machine yet. I just want to see that the basic movement forward is going to work in a sequence as I planned. So let's go ahead and as you can see, they all move along together, and then I'll have to send the signal back across, and we'll move different blocks in front of these observers' faces, which is going to collect the lava. And then I'll have to figure out a way to bring this one segment back into place, and it'll start the whole cycle all over again. Yeah. I'll catch you up whenever I complete more of it. I am going to make this longer, too. I just wanted to give you a brief rundown of where I was at before it got too complicated. Okay, I've extended it so it's a full 8 dispensers long, and these dispensers have 6 blocks in between them. So it's basically like 8 block segments, if you will. And I believe I have a way to send the signal back across the machine without actually moving the machine. I'm going to use the old target blocks We'll just launch arrows at the target blocks. But I still haven't put in a way to turn off the dispensers just yet. I want to make sure this is going to work. And what we want to see is the entire machine move, and the lava streams, we want them to connect or to reach one another. And this way we know we're going to be covering the entire area. So let's go ahead and give this a little test bump. Okay, well, the whole machine moved, but the dispenser did not operate properly. Huh. Now, my tunnel bore machine, the target blocks are further away than that. I wonder if snowballs make the difference. I'll test that in a minute, but what we do see is that our lava streams all connect. They're all touching on the very ends, so that is good. Spacing is perfect. The whole machine moved. I just got to work on this whole target block assembly. Okay, now here is a test with snowballs in place of the arrows. Perfectly brought the signal all the way back up to here. Now all I got to do is have this piston push. Basically it'll be a segment that comes up and overlaps, and then it'll slide a block right on top of this observer's face, which will turn off that lava stream. And that'll go, step by step the whole way down the chain until it shuts off all the lava. And then we're going to have to send another signal back up to get this initial segment pushed again, which shouldn't be too difficult. I'll probably just run a different dispenser chain like this one. So note to all you people who might be firing at target blocks with dispensers, snowballs are far more accurate for some reason. Okay, so I think I got the system in place. Okay, so down below is our initial system, what I showed you already moving, and then up atop is what I have added. Now, you've seen the signal come back across using these bottom row of target blocks, and that's going to trigger this top row of sticky blocks or honey blocks to be pulled back. And then once that gets clear to the end of the sequence, it should send another signal up through this top row of target blocks all the way back to the beginning, and push this very first segment again, thus restarting the entire machine. Now, when I trigger this target block right here, it should clean up all the lava, get to the end, and then just start moving in sequence all on its own. Let's hope I did it right. Here we go. I didn't do it right. Well, I did figure out what I have done wrong, and that is I have made these segments one block too many, these top ones. They're actually 13 blocks, and of course a piston can't move 13 blocks, only 12. So somehow I have to figure out a way to trim a block off of this, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I might have to break it up into more segments, which that could make things a bit more difficult. Okay, so to get around our piston push limit, I did indeed add more segments to this machine. Now we're already like a few steps into the sequence. Now, when you're building big flying machines like this, it's important to know where your sequence stops and starts. Especially if you're using observers as like a continuous form of like power source, and the machine's going to keep continuously moving. You want to know, because like if the machine breaks partway through the sequence, like mine is right now, you want to know where you need to go in order to fix it. And in this particular case, it's right here. This piston needs to fire in order to continue the sequence, which should, well, it should clean up all the rest of this lava, come back and move the machine again. Here goes nothing. Lava cleaned up. Signal coming back. And the machine goes. Ladies and gentlemen, We have a cobblestone-ifier, I guess is what we'll call this. I don't know what else to call it. But we are going to use this machine to turn an ocean into cobblestone. So here we are at my mob skull farm, and I did not show this in the last episode, but I did do a whole video on just this location. So, I mean, if you don't know what this place is about, look up that video. It's I built a mob skull farm in vanilla Minecraft or something like that. Charged creeper farm thumbnail. But this is going to be a good location, I think, because there is a lot of ocean out this way. There's a little mushroom island down here. I got a little mushroom hut I can work off of, and I do believe there should be enough ocean this way that it should be a whole map's worth. I hope. We're going to find out. We're going to find out right now because I brought a couple locator maps with me. We'll go ahead and use one right here so we know. So we're right on the edge of the island. We can see Alpaca's probably trying to figure out where I went. He was back at my base. But I think if I just go forward here, there should be enough ocean. Let me get out another map. And we'll fly beyond the border and see. Might need to go the other way. Okay, yeah, I think this is gonna work. We got a little bit of land up here, but I don't know where that's at. But I think we could probably just chop that out or cover it up, or it might be level with the surface and we don't need to do anything. So, yeah, this'll work. Okay, so I've got the spot marked out here where I'm gonna need to build the machine, and the one I designed obviously isn't going to cover this entire space all in one shot. I'll probably have to build maybe a couple of them and then run them one at a time. I wouldn't be able to keep them all loaded anyways. Pretty much what I built in my testing world is about as far as I can keep loaded by myself. So I'll be doing in segments just like that. And I think that's still quite a bit. I think I can still cover... I don't know, maybe about half the map or so. But basically everything for 128 blocks that way is going to be our map art district. And over in this direction, over here, I'm going to need to build a big platform to actually work off of. Yeah, I don't think I brought all my materials. I got my redstone stuff, but I forgot lava and snowballs. All right, making a trip back to base. So I retrieved my lava, and I decided it was way too many snowballs to carry, so I'm just going to build a snow farm here. But first I want to get the machine in place. I feel like this is at least a big enough platform to get started. I was dumping just lava out, and then I decided it was quicker to just lay this platform out by hand. Which makes me think maybe this map thing will be quicker by hand, but no, because I'm going to be doing a large area all at once. I've been saying this is going to be cobblestone, but this is actually going to be stone. I don't know why I was thinking that was going to be cobblestone, but yeah, I think I'm going to get started on building this. Well, I might actually go to bed IRL and then wake up in the morning and get started on building this because I am beat. Okay, and I have built the entire thing. This took me about probably about an hour and a half, I'd say, to build the whole thing in survival, and then an extra half hour because I had to build the snow farm here, and then stocking it was kind of time consuming as well. You know, I had to put 8 stacks of snowballs in each dispenser in order to ensure it would travel the 128 blocks across this ocean that we want it to travel. So the cool part about that is it should stop exactly where we want it to because it's going to run out of snowballs and can't travel any further. I do have my stunt double on here so I can kind of keep the machine loaded while I fly up to the platforms and Maybe get some cool aerial shots of it running. Oops. I suppose I could have built it the entire length and used both accounts to keep the machine running, but I think that would have been really difficult, and plus I couldn't get any cool aerial shots of it if I did it that way. But let me double check everything, and I think we're about ready to launch. Okay, this is it. I have double checked everything. All the dispensers are stocked. All I have to do is send an update to this observer, and the whole machine should start. I really, really hope I did this right, because it's a lot harder to fix these in survival than it is in a creative world. Here we go. So far, so good. So far, so good. I think it is working. It is working. It is working. It is working. This is awesome. Finally finished. All I'll have to do is tear this thing down, and then I get to reuse all those redstone components, so that's a plus. To clean up this lava, all I'd have to do is hit this target block right here. Should do it. There we go, and yeah, it stopped because it's all out of snowballs. I only put enough in there to make the journey. I could have put like one less in the top ones so it didn't end with lava out, but I wanted it to go that extra block just to just because it did on this side, and I figured why not. So you probably noticed in the video, once the first machine I built made its complete journey, I just ripped it down and repositioned it and started the second wave across. I really wanted to push through and get this whole thing done so that way you guys could see a completed project by the end of the episode. Before we go, I did want to bring up the fact that I've never actually introduced the other Realm members on my channel, and that's because right now I can't really capture voice chat. I will name them off. We have Geometric, who was the first to join. We have Squiddy LP, who is the only one other than myself to upload so far. And then the newest member is Alpaca XDS. I will link all of their channels in the description down below so you can go check them out. Fair warning, Squiddy's channel has some adult language on it, but as long as that's not something you have a problem with, I would highly recommend going to check out his perspective of the dragon fight, because he also captured some behind the scenes type stuff from before and after the fight that you're only going to see on his channel, because I couldn't capture it, at least not the voice chat part of it, and Geo was having some technical issues the entire time, so he didn't capture very much. So folks, that's going to be it for today. As always, I thank you all very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit like, and if you're interested in seeing more from me, consider subscribing as well. I want to wish you all a wonderful day.